Once upon a time, Detroit was the future. It was more than a city, it was an idea. Come here with nothing but your hands and build a life. The factories hummed, promising steady pay and a home. Ford, Chrysler, General Motors, these weren't just companies, they were the gods of this place. The assembly lines moved day and night, putting America on wheels. The world saw Detroit as progress, the American dream, coated in chrome. Money from cars built grand theaters and sturdy neighborhoods. People came from everywhere for work and stayed for community. It was a tough, proud town, alive with energy and ambition. And then there was the music, Motown. From a little house on West Grand Boulevard, a sound was born that changed the world. Smokey Robinson, the Supremes, Stevie Wonder, their voices told stories everyone understood. The music was Detroit's soul, hope, love, struggle, and joy. Life wasn't perfect, there were tensions and divides, but the engine kept running. A man could work the line, raise a family, and retire with a pension. It was a contract your sweat for security. For generations that contract held. Detroit was not just the Motor City, it was the middle-class city. It showed the world how ordinary people could achieve extraordinary lives. This was Detroit at its peak. The contract was broken. The world changed, but Detroit didn't. Big cars became a burden as smaller, efficient imports took over. The car companies were too slow to adapt, factories grew quiet, robots replaced workers, jobs vanished, and the river of money dried up. People left, chasing jobs or fleeing decay. Neighborhoods emptied, houses went vacant, and the city hollowed out. The tax base crumbled, services failed, streetlights, trash, schools. Division deepened, black and white, city and suburbs. When jobs disappeared, old cracks became canyons. Politicians pointed fingers as the city burned. It wasn't one cause, but a perfect storm: global competition, technology, racial tension, and bad leadership. The engine of America seized up, leaving rust and resentment. Detroit's fall was sudden and total. The city that once built dreams now struggled to survive. The promise of security was gone. The Motor City became a cautionary tale. The middle class faded, and hope with it. Detroit was left to pick up the pieces. The future was uncertain. The city's heart had stopped. By the 2000s, the dream was a nightmare. In 2013, Detroit declared bankruptcy, an official admission of failure. The city was broke, owing billions it could never repay. Emergency services were slow, fires burned unchecked, police were overwhelmed. The emptiness was everywhere: blocks of abandoned buildings, nature reclaiming the streets, schools closed, playgrounds silent, classrooms frozen in time. For those that remained open, conditions were dire. The city felt abandoned by government, business, and the nation. Those who stayed had to be resilient, boarding windows, cutting grass, watching out for neighbors. They lived in the wreckage of the American dream. Survival was daily, hope was scarce. Detroiters endured because they had no other choice. The city was haunted by what it once was. There's a haunting beauty in Detroit's ruins. Standing in Michigan Central Station feels like entering a cathedral of decay. Sunlight streams through shattered windows, illuminating dust and memories. Factories are silent skeletons, graffiti a defiant splash of life. Abandoned houses hold forgotten toys, photos, letters, reminders of lost dreams. Each empty home was once filled with hope. The world came to photograph the ruins, but often missed the people still living among them. For Detroiters, these weren't just ruins, they were memories, pain, and resilience. The beauty was real, but so was the loss. Detroit's brokenness became its strange, tragic allure. But a city is more than its buildings, it's its people. Detroiters didn't give up, they rebuilt from the ground up. Community gardens grew in empty lots, reclaiming life and hope. Young people, artists, and entrepreneurs arrived, drawn by possibility. They opened businesses, created art, and brought new energy to old neighborhoods. Optimism returned, but the comeback was fragile and uneven. New jobs didn't always replace the old ones. Two Detroits emerged. One shiny and new, one still struggling. The city isn't saved yet, it's caught between hope and hardship. Detroit's story is a warning and a lesson. It shows how quickly greatness can fall, and how hard it is to rebuild. But it's also a story of resilience, of seeds planted in despair. Detroit's fate is still unwritten, and its new dream must include everyone.